Good evening, everyone. Thank you for our IT angel.
大家可以在 chat box 里面互动哦。哇，感恩哦，大家目前有超过30人上线。OK， 大家好，我是你们今晚的主持人，我是 Lisa。那我呢是来自马来西亚柔佛新山的。OK，大家呢现在趁着还没开始之前，我们可以来点热身，我们可以在 chat box 里面。
Before we start, let's warm up. You can type in the chat box. Where do you come from? Myself, okay. Eve.
Good evening, everyone. I'm your MC of tonight. My name is Lisa. So for those who like to listen to English, right, I can click the group icon at the bar below, and our interpreter will translate for you. All right. Hope you enjoy tonight's sharing. Okay, 好的。那大家
Alright. Okay, now we see there is increasing of number of participants. I see that come from PJ, JB, hello, friends from JB. Today it's Friday. Everyone is awesome. Thank goodness it's Friday. Normally people go for dates or go out with friends. Thank you for everyone so enthusiastic to learn. And in our life, there will be a breakthrough to learn together on this online. On the slide, you see that there are 4 sessions. I would like to know how many sessions you have attended. You have attended 1, you just type 1. You have attended 2, then you just type 2. If you have attended 4, just type in 4. Oh, Vanny is really hardworking. All 4 days she participated. Chua participated too. Sienna also 2 days. That's really awesome. Take up your right hand and pat your shoulders. And now online we together learning. We could be watching TV, scrolling our handphone, but now you log in and learn together. So we know that the past few topics are health. So for myself also, the health was not so good recently. Yeah, really congrats to you. If you have attended 1 session, if you have taken just 1 key point in 1 session, you can already apply in your daily life. That is a big harvest. That's really great. So, are you clear about today's theme? It is on the screen. Maybe a lot of people may not really focus on this theme. Today, it's about the peace of mind. A lot of people these days in work or at home, there are a lot of things to cope. How to have peace of mind. Thank you, GDC, DCW teachers, so generous to give this free teaching and to focus to listen. If it is really work, you can join in our course later. Today, our teacher is Teacher Carine. Is very young and a very excellent teacher. Now is a SCIM assistant professor, and as our Malaysia Global Diamond Cutter HR manager, and she has already completed this DCIG Foundation Level 1 tutorial, and also the Advanced Level 1 and 2, and it's really awesome. And she is so diligent. She has already attended 8 times of this SCIM teacher training. Later, remember to focus and listen to Teacher Carine's teaching. And she has been a system practitioner about 7 years. And she has planted out 120% income increment and the perfect team. That's one point that we want to know. Yeah. Next is our teacher Jenny. Teacher Jenny is Diamond Cutter Wisdom and GDC's founder, and also the Diamond Love Foundation, Diamond Seed Charity founder. And she has been practicing the seed system for more than 12 years, and she has improved her family relationship more harmoniously. Okay, now let's give hearts and flowers to the teachers, and let's welcome teacher Jenny. Pass the time to teacher Jenny.
Thank you, MC, for opening our beautiful night. So in this night, we want to talk about how we can control our mind, master our mind. So today, how to master our mind. So there's a few tools that we will talk about, which in our level 123, we will teach. So tonight, we will share with everyone. One of the life tool is why you have to do meditation, why we have to learn to read, and also what is the benefits of meditation. So now I want to share with everyone. So how long should you do your meditation, contemplation? So what is the points that you need to take note of? And also next, we also want to share with everyone what is the focus point of this contemplation. And lastly, we will lead everyone to do contemplation and also give you some time for Q&A. So tonight is a very fruitful night. So firstly, I will start to share with everyone why should we do contemplation and why should we learn to read. I remember a few years back when learning from Geshe Michael, listening to his public talk, that particular public talk session, I remember in the public talk, it was also talking about mastering your mind. It's a public talk that talks about mastering your mind. And when I'm listening to this public talk, inside there is there's a phrase that stays very deeply with me. So let me share with everyone today. He mentioned that if you don't understand contemplation, you're just like someone who is unable to read. And what kind of a situation someone who doesn't know how to read is just like a person who is blind. And he add on another part which he says, you're blind, but you doesn't even know that you're blind. So this is actually very sad. And that time I'm thinking that yes, I don't know contemplation, but does it mean that this whole life I'm actually blind, but I didn't know that I'm actually blind? Then I said, no, this cannot happen. And I feel very sad. And it made me think about this. And I would like to share with everyone. Let's think about this situation. If you go to India, a foreign country to you, maybe you don't know the language, but when you're walking in the city of India, besides the main streets, there's a lot of shops. And on top of the shops, there's a lot of signboards, right? And all the signboards are Indian words. You can't understand completely. Then doesn't that make you a blind person? Just like a blind person, right? Now imagine if at that point of time you're hungry and you want to look for a place where you are able to dine in, a small restaurant, but you don't understand the words. You have to go into each and every shop to see. Isn't it a very terrible thing? Your stomach is hungry, you can't read. Isn't that a very terrible situation to be in? But in this life, if you don't know contemplation, you are surviving in this situation, but you doesn't know. Your whole life also you don't know that you're actually blind. So it's a very terrible situation. So I feel today, what we're going to talk about today is very important. If you know how to do contemplation, you are someone who are able to read. You can see the wisdom, you can understand wisdom, and you can understand the things that happen in life. Where does it really comes from? This most important, contemplation can bring to you 13 benefits. Let's have a look. What is this 13 benefits? So, these 13 benefits of contemplation, it helps you to have focus. It helps you to solve a problem. It also gives you great peace of mind, and it also lets you have greater harmony from your inner and also exterior. And then it lets you taste the future. And while you're in practicing, it also lets you to become better. So this progression in your life, it's actually the progression of the path in your wisdom and in your life. The cool thing is that your negative emotions will also be reduced. Then next, you will contact higher reality. You'll be able to see the near future and love, and you will become the angels. So all this looks like it's really far, but if you are able to learn contemplation, it's all possible. So in today's class, I will share with you, we talk about this, how we can solve the problems. So I remember from myself, few years back in 2014, that time I just started to learn diamond cutter wisdom, split system from Kishi Michael, probably just about 3 to 4 years. I've also faced some problem, especially in financial. That time I constantly, uh, my client constantly owe me money, and it was very bad because we have to go to the court, and constantly we'll have court case and to solve our problem, or we have to go and negotiate with the other party for and ask them to pay us back. So it's actually very tiring. So I asked Kishi Michael, so how can I solve my financial flow, my cash flow in my business? Plus, customer not paying money is very terrible. So Kishi Michael gave me a suggestion to do contemplation. I feel it's very amazing because this contemplation helped me to solve how I can see customer who can pay me back earlier and not delaying my payment. So it solved this problem. Now the customers that I met are all willing to pay early or even on time. So I no longer face this problem. Even my husband told me that he had this problem where when he do business with the Filipinos, it can go up to millions, and he's very worried that the customer wouldn't pay. So I told my husband, come, let's check, let's observe ourselves. Did we not pay back our suppliers? Or did we cause this problem? And my husband said he did pay for all except one supplier where his work is not so good. So I got delay his payment a bit. And I tell him we have to invite him out and tell him, let's solve this problem. We still have to return his money. And then we invite him out and share with him. So after we plant this type of seed, so we invite my husband's supplier and his customer, and especially the new customer are very willing to return, pay back his money. So we no longer see this situation of people not paying us back. So it solved our problem. Contemplation can help us solve our problem. And what else it can help us? Let's see next. It can also let us live in harmony. So before this, me and my business partner, I have my business. Before this, when I have one company, my design company, I always have workers problem and also partners problem. Even this customer also have problem, and that caused us to have a lot of disharmony. So with our business partner that no longer want to work together with me, I have a company and we have 4 business partner. And because towards the end, we all have different opinion and we close down the company. So this harmony can cause a lot of problem. One of it is the relationship, working relationship is very bad. Of course, in family, it's also a place where you need to have harmony. If you are not in harmony with the kid or with your other half or with your parents, it's also not in harmony. It's also very painful. So contemplation can help you to have harmony in with your business partner. And I can see that right now, my business partner, my company's staff, they are all very harmonious. Even teacher Grace is my teacher Grace is my staff. Teacher Sunny also my staff. We are all very good business partner in very harmonious environment. So how can I see such a harmonious working environment? Is because we are all also doing contemplation. So contemplation in the time of the conflict is the easiest to happen when we're all doing contemplation together. So of course, family relationship also will become even more harmonious. So when you come to level 1, 2, 3, we will share with you people. Let's take the next PPT. It will also help you to kill your negative emotions. It will also let you taste your future. So taste your future, it doesn't mean that you can see um your what is the lottery number that's going to open next. It's not like that. So taste the future is, for example, like for now, a lot of people are saying that economy is quite stiff and it's very hard to move. So a lot of this type of thing, to even be an entrepreneur, you must have a financial support that can allow you to do a lot of things. So how you can see that your business will have more income to sustain. So how can I create this future happen in my business? So I need to plant this seed. So because myself from 2014, I have been doing contemplation constantly and give myself half an hour every day, every morning to do contemplation. Maybe 15 minutes to half an hour. Recently, I also have started to do my circle day. Every 2 weeks, give myself a time to do uh, contemplation, yoga, gratitude, and do a deeper learning. So all this contemplation allows me to see that if I want my company to have better income, I need to help other companies, other projects, so that they will have good income. So DCW last year has helped a company in Singapore, HESA. Every few months, 3 to 4 months, we will sponsor them $1,500 to support to to support those people that uh, were in an abusive family. So last year we donated 4,500. So GDC also support orphanage in Penang so that they can continue to stay at the orphan farm. So why do we need to keep planting this seed so that we can see our financial to be stable? So let's help all of these organizations to have stable income so that we can see our business have stable income. So through doing contemplation, I can see the connection of this action that will help my future. So this will help you to see how you can plant seed for your future to become even more successful. So next, I would like to invite Teacher Karine to share with everyone how to do contemplation and how long should it be done. For these details, let's pass to Teacher Karine to share with everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Teacher Jenny. So just now, all the goodness that Teacher Jenny mentioned, how can we get it? Teacher mentioned that we have to do contemplation, then only we can feel that benefit. To be exact, you have to do it consistently, then only you can get it. It's not to say that you do one day and then the next day you don't do, one day you do, another day you don't do. You won't be able to get all this benefit. So next, everyone would be very curious, right? Maybe you have not done contemplation before, because we have some friends that has tried contemplation before. Then what kind of contemplation is the best? And next, we would like to share with everyone. So just now I mentioned, if we can maintain the good habit of doing contemplation every morning, and it's very good. So every day, maintain your discipline to do contemplation, you will be able to get this 13 benefits of contemplation. Sometimes we can have a small laziness, that maybe today we do 5 minutes and tomorrow we don't do, and then the day after we do 10 minutes, or a day you do very long and after some time you don't do. So all this you won't really see the benefits of the result. If from the beginning you can use a period of time to do a contemplation, maybe 5 minutes or 12 minutes, if every day you can maintain 12 minutes of contemplation, every day also you can spend some time to build this habit to do contemplation, and it is much more ideal. So the best what is the best contemplation time? If you have tried before, I want to ask everyone. So if you have a sudden urge to do contemplation, so what is the best time to do the contemplation? So normally, what do you think is the best time to do contemplation? Morning. Some people say morning. Some people say morning. Some people say in the evening. Some people say before you sleep. Now, the best contemplation time is based on your own preference. Most people in the morning, they have clearer mind. So before the day begins, a lot of people will do their contemplation, but some working people would like to rest more. So maybe after you wake up while preparing to go to your work, before you reach your office, in your car, maybe you can do the contemplation in your car. Or when you reach office and in front of your PC, you can do contemplation as well before you start your work. Or maybe some friends that would like to do contemplation at night, you can explore doing contemplation at different times to see which is the time that is suitable for you. And of course, every day, if you can fix a time to do contemplation, that will be better, because that will help you to do contemplation at the same time. So now I want to test everyone. So is it that when you do a contemplation longer, then it's better? Do you agree? Those that agree, please type 111. Those that don't agree, please type 222. So if you can do contemplation longer, even better. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. I see a lot of two, two, two. So everyone's very clear. Actually, it doesn't mean that the longer you do, the better it is. The important point is at each contemplation that you did, you are able to maintain your energy and able to be fully focused in doing your contemplation. So if you just start to do it, you can try by doing 12 minutes, or you can start by doing 6 minutes or 12 minutes, and then maintain it for about a week. And after that, you add 1 minute. Every week, you add 1 minute. And slowly, slowly, you will have this habit. Then you can keep prolong your timing. Of course, we're not saying that you have to do it very, very long. The most important part is during that time, you can maintain your focus. And here, if you when you're very when you do a contemplation until you're very excited, that's when you should stop, because then you would anticipate tomorrow I will do meditation again, because if the feeling is so great. So what does this mean? Maybe you can hear, maybe you listen until it's a bit blur, but we will explain even deeper in level 1, 2, 3. Everyone, don't be too anxious. If you feel bored and tired, it's actually wrong. Okay, so basically it's like this. How, just now teacher mentioned how what a kind of a sitting posture, how should we place our hand and leg. So due to time constraint for today, we won't share, but we will share in level 1, 2, 3 in detail of what are the position that we should be sitting for our contemplation. So all this we will share. So next we will, teacher Jenny will share with us what is object of meditation. So is it empty or is there a focus? Pass to teacher Jenny.
师跟我们讲了这个静思要多久啊？
Thank you, Teacher Carine, to tell us about how long should we have the contemplation and what time to do it, all these details. For myself, to do this contemplation, I really thank to learn from Geshe Michael how to do a correct contemplation, especially it must be a right way of doing contemplation, and it's consistently doing it. To have the right contemplation and consistently doing it, you must know how to choose the object of contemplation. That's the crucial point. This is life 2-4 in level 3. So in this, there are 12 tools. This life tool is very important. If you want to learn contemplation, you must know that. What is the crucial point? Let's talk about this. And how do you choose the object of contemplation? Look at this picture. This lady, she is actually watching one of this TV movie, and she is totally absorbed and focused watching. So actually contemplation is supposed to be having this quality, just like listening to a wonderful, beautiful music. It's just like you watching a movie, your favorite movie. It's just like reading a book that you really love reading it. It's supposed to be this kind of feeling when you do the contemplation. And this is very important. The object of contemplation is like this contemplation will touch your inner heart, this feeling. So it is from a picture, a concept. It is print into your mind. So it is a concept, a picture printed in your mind. So this is very important. The correct object of contemplation. You must not have this wrong imprint. So we must talk about the wrong contemplation. If the imprint is wrong, then it has a great influence on you, and it's the wrong way. There is a kind of contemplation, it says that the condition is like you just empty. When you do contemplation, just leave it as empty. This is not called contemplation. If you are having this situation, this condition, just empty, it's just like, it's better than just drink some alcohol. Yeah. So you just drink this alcohol and you just drink this beer, then you got drunk. That means that you just being empty in your mind. This is not called contemplation. If there is contemplation teacher telling you to just leave your mind empty, then be careful. This is not a contemplation. Then our mind will create our surrounding. If you keep having this empty situation of your mind, then you have people who has a very empty mind. Do you want people like this? Your colleague, your business partner, your family members? Of course not. So this is the first type. To be empty in the mind. This is not a contemplation. Second is don't think about anything. This is not a contemplation too. When you do contemplation, just don't think anything. This is not a kind of contemplation too. If don't think of anything is a contemplation. If always said you don't think, then what kind of situation you'll be? So this imprint you have in your mind, not to think about anything. This imprint is what kind of people you become. Then you become a person who is very forgetful. So whenever you go out, you just, oh dear, where is my key? Oh, where is my wallet? So where is the key, the room key? Then you become a forgetful person. Is this what you want? I would like to ask online now, 66 of us. Is this what you want, this condition? You want to see yourself to be forgetful? If not, type 111. Then means that you don't want to be a person like that in this condition. I believe no one wants to be a forgetful person. Not only that, if you do this wrong contemplation, not thinking about anything, not only yourself having this forgetful mind, because your mind will project into your surrounding, then you will see that your son will be forgetful and your husband too will be forgetful. And you see that around you, your friends, your colleagues, all of them are forgetful. Isn't it? It's a very pitiful surrounding. So you must really take care of this, not to do such wrong contemplation. There's another type of contemplation. Some people say that it's just darkness, dark. This is also a wrong contemplation. If everything is in darkness, how could that be a contemplation? So is this contemplation? No, it is not. So next we'll talk about what is contemplation actually. So there are three kinds of contemplation. One, review contemplation. In our level 1, 2, 3, we'll teach you all 36 tools. For every tool, you can use review contemplation to have this imprint into your mind. For example, we teach you all about 4 steps. If you have attended the first 3 sessions of this level 123 preview, today is the 4th session. If you have attended the first 3 sessions, then you must have heard about the pen story. We talk about 4 steps. So actually, how can you imprint these 4 steps into your mind? How can you imprint this pen story into your mind? Then you can make use of this review contemplation. Review what we have taught you. All these really awesome concepts like 4 steps. Then you can review first step, what is it? Second step, what is it? Third step, what is it? And 4th step, what is it? Through this review, from this review contemplation, out from the contemplation, not only that you are able to memorize in order or reverse order in your mind. So you know that in your daily life, then you know how to put into practice. For example, you want to plant money seed. When you do 4 steps every morning, you do this contemplation of 4 steps. After you get out from this contemplation, then you know that for today full day, how you're going to plant this money seed. Isn't it very cool? So this is how it can really help you in your daily life to plant the corresponding seeds. Isn't it very cool? Number 2 is problem-solving contemplation. So problem-solving contemplation, I really like this too. What does it mean by problem-solving? Just now we mentioned that in our daily life, we have problems. If in your daily life you face challenges, then you can type 222. So I see that is that many of you have challenges. If you don't have challenges, you just type 000. Then I know that you are the person who doesn't have challenges. I see that Ivy Kong, Angela, and then Yen Kun, you all are very honest that you face the challenges. Yeah, there are challenges of money, challenges of relationship. So you can do this problem solving contemplation. I feel that what is I'm very happy whenever I have problems. I use this problem solving contemplation to help myself. So in my daily life, I have challenge in relationship, like a partner that I really trust, and she done something that I can't trust her. So how am I going to solve this problem? This uncomfortable feeling, this relationship, we still have to meet each other regularly. If I have this feeling stuck with the relationship, then it's hard to see each other then. Then it's difficult to get along, right? And I have to do this problem solving contemplation then. After I've done problem solving contemplation, then I will see that this person is not a person who gives me problem. She is telling me how can I, for the coming up days, how I can plant seeds to see the good person that I want to have. For example, to be trusted. So when I do this problem solving contemplation, and I start to understand this person come to tell me that I have to do things that to be trusted by others. So in the future, so in the working environment, then I will see more people, more business partners, more colleagues, more subordinates that I can trust. If I don't do this contemplation, it could be for whole life or even a few lives that I just dislike this person and the relationship is just stuck there. I won't see this person again. then you will have a lot of troubles. Then I recall that on Tuesday, I went to JB,
在圆
did
圈
a circle day. So in this circle day, that we have to do contemplation. After the contemplation, the whole day, in my room, my toilet, so there is a hook that to hang the towel, but it's very high because I'm not that tall. I have to jump only, then I can hang it. I live in Airbnb. It's a special. So actually one private condo. Yeah. So I feel a bit of a sense of dislike towards this owner. Why this owner must put it so high? Isn't it there will be someone who is short to stay in your condo? So this person has given me some realization. What kind of realization? So this person actually inspired me that for the following of the day, I must give convenience to others. If you keeps on doing contemplation, use the right way to do contemplation, then you'll be able to see that the source of this problem. Then you know how to solve it. Then the whole day, I really put effort to make sure I give convenience to others to help them. When I do this, actually, I'm planting the seeds that in the future, I'll see other people will provide me the convenience. If you don't do the contemplation, then you feel really annoyed, and then your whole day, your emotion will be disturbed. If you someone that you really do contemplation and use the right way to do contemplation, a person who doesn't do contemplation or do the wrong contemplation, there is a different, and the quality of your life will be very different. And the next is the fixation contemplation. Fixation contemplation in our daily life, it will help us in our focus in our daily life. I would like to ask for you in work, or you have a family, do you think that focus is very important to you? You just type 333. If you think that focus is not important at all, then you can type 000. Yes, I see that many of you
重要。
agree with this. Yes, focus is very, very important. For myself, I think it's very important too. If I don't have this focus, if I don't do contemplation, my focus will be scattered. Yeah, although I'm in the working 10 hours there in the office, but the quality of problem solving it's very poor, and efficiency is very poor, and getting along with others is not harmonious too. But now I'm having 8 companies, so I have to myself really handle it. There are 5 companies, but my mind is very clear. I'm very focused, so a lot of time
所以呢，很顺
very
畅。
efficient and it's very smooth. It's not that your focus good or not, it doesn't matter. If you want to see yourself to be efficient in your career, you must have this focus. How can you get that? It comes from your contemplation. Okay, I will lead you all to do this contemplation. And this fixation contemplation is very important. Today, what I'm leading you all is to learn to watch your thoughts. So now the object of contemplation is your thoughts. All right. Now let's experience it together. Before we do it, I will tell you how to do this contemplation. When we do this contemplation, our thoughts, just imagine how to observe our thoughts. For example, at our head, the back of our head, imagine there is a tiny you, a tiny Jenny at the back, observing the thoughts in my mind. This observer, only an observer. It's just like, can you see my handphone? Okay, it's not very clear. So the handphone is behind. If you observe my mind, it's just like the camera in our handphone. It is only an observer. It doesn't involve, it doesn't participate. It is only an observer, observing my mind. What does it observe? Observe the thoughts. So does it drift to the past or it drifts to the future? It doesn't involve, it doesn't judge. It's just like you having the binoculars. You are observing the thoughts in your mind. What is it happening? It has drifted to the past or it has drifted to the future. We just observe. All right. Now, see how can we observe our thoughts? How does it help us when we are able to observe ourselves? Then it's easier for us to be aware where are our thoughts. So our thoughts are focusing on what kind of things. If you don't know about what your thoughts are focusing on, then actually you are not there. Even people giving you something that you are not aware of that also. Okay, let's start. Okay, now let's experience this contemplation. Let's sit at the front of the chair. All right, we let everyone to quiet down. And gently close your eyes. We first tell ourselves 5 to 10 minutes. You maintain as still as possible. Let's adjust our posture. Let our head, neck, and spine all in one straight line. And gently tuck in our belly. Let our chin parallel to the ground. Then our hands slightly put on our laps. The palms may be facing up or facing down. Feeling that our feet firmly stepping on the ground as if rooted to the ground. Relax our face. Put on a smile. All right, now we put our focus on our breathing. Breathe out first, then breathe in, count as 1. Imagine there is a tiny node on the tip of your nose. observing your breath. Breathe out, then breathe in. If your mind has drifted away from your breath, just gently bring it back. Start to count from 1 again. Then start counting our breath 5 times. Breathe out first, then breathe in. Count as 1. Let's start.
现在我们想象从我们的后脑勺
Now, we imagine at the back of our head, there is a tiny you at the back. This tiny you it is holding the binoculars, observing the thoughts in your mind. It is only an observer. It doesn't get involved. It doesn't judge. It just simply observing. Observe your thoughts drift to the past or drift to the future. Just like walking out from the house, observing the clouds in the sky. It moves to the left or it moves to the right. Now, let's have a look. Our thoughts. Is it drifting to the past? Sorry, drifting to the future. If it drifts to the future, we just vote 1 for the future. Future, it means that your thought has tomorrow, what will I do? What is my planning tomorrow? Tomorrow, which friends I'm meeting? So this is your thought. It has already drifted to the future. Then you can vote 1 vote for future. Maybe your thought will drift to the past. In the past, you may think that my colleague, in the past 3 days, she has said something to me. Or my boss, 1 week ago, how he treated me. If it is so, then your mind has drifted to the past. It could be your mind is at the present. If it drifts to the past, then you just vote 1 vote for the past. If at the present you hear your family members walking about, you hear outside the cars moving, the sound, you hear yourself, the beating of your heart. This is at the present. Next, I give you all some time to get into observing the
然后为自己投票，是在未来
then vote for yourself. If it is into the future, just vote for the future, one vote. If it's in the past, just vote for the past, one vote. If it is at the present, just vote for the present, one vote. Now let's start observing our thoughts.
好，我们3个深长的呼吸。
All right, 3 long deep breaths. Bring back your awareness to your body. If you are ready, you can move your hands, move your legs, and open up your eyes and come back to the present. Hey, we can stretch. Okay, I would like to ask everyone, while observing your thoughts, if your mind stay in the past, you type 222. If your thoughts stay in the future, you type 666. If your mind is at the present, then you type 1 month. I see a lot of you at 2, at 1, at 6. That means that mind drifts here and there. Okay, that's very good. Wong Fei C 666. Coco is at 222. It's able to aware of yourself as mainly in the past. Sienna is at present. I see Yen Kun. There is a future, past, and present. Penny is in the future. Okay, why? That we need to lead you all to do the contemplation. Did you realize that? Wow, my thoughts. Yeah, it stays in the past more. Then you can start to check in the past. In what situation actually in the past? Some people, just like myself, when I sit down at the very starting, when I did my contemplation, I will think about what people talk about me. Why this person comment me like this? Why this person treat me like that? Why this person, the words make me feel uncomfortable. When you quiet down and you start to see that you keep going back to the past and there's certain thing you cannot let go. And you must have a look. Why your mind keeps drifting to the past? Then how you can understand this situation? How can you plant seeds so that you won't be stuck in this situation? If your mind keep on drifting to the future, then what is this about this future? So normally it's about worries and anxieties when our mind drifts to the future. For example, now this inflation for this economy now, And how will be my work be affected? Is that not stable? Then when I sit down, I cannot quiet down and just keeps being anxious. And how can I, in my work in the future, I can have a stable work and I don't have those clients that I become anxious. I don't have money, then I become anxious. If you keep on like this, so that means that in this part, you are still not clear how to plant the seeds. If we observe our mind, our thoughts, then we will understand better ourselves, why we are stuck there. Then we will be clearer what seeds that I can plant to help myself. So I won't be stuck there at the past, the seed, or anxious about the future. So every moment, then I know what seed to plant. So if you know how to do the contemplation, is very important. Then you won't be a blind person for your whole life, and you don't know, you can't see the source where things come from. This is something very pitiful. Then when I learned to do contemplation and my feelings, I have more and more inner peace. Whatever has happened, then I know how to solve it. Yesterday I shared, I want to have a beautiful space, and I must support others to have their beautiful space. So finally, after 33 days, I planted out this beautiful space. I want to see that for this money in my work to be abundance. So I start to help those corporation which has problem in their money. So for example, in Penang, in this organization, there are 22 children. Yeah, they don't have enough money, that then the children don't have enough money for meals, for transport, for learning. So this person in charge actually just left with $50 ringgits and cannot have enough for the children. So GDC and a group of seed planting learners together to plant the seeds to support them at least 7,500 ringgit, so that they can operate as normal. All the expenses, the rent, the food, the learning fees, all this, we support them so that they can run this operation. So we have planted the seed to have abundance in our own wealth. If you don't know, then you wouldn't know how to solve this very practical problems. If you have not attended level 1, 2, 3, you have missed something really precious. Okay, we invite Sharon. Hey, you have Ivy, a beautiful Sharon.
好，谢谢 Jenny 老师，大家
Thank
晚
you.
上。
Thank you, Teacher Jenny. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ivy from Singapore. Before I start, I want to share with everyone. I want everyone to have interaction with me. Anyone here have the same thought? Is that we love to multitasking, at the same time do a lot of things. But for example, at the same time, I joined 2 Zoom meeting. I'm listening to Teacher Jenny sharing level 1, 2, 3, and at the same time, I'm also opening another meeting and listening to it. And while listening to teacher, I also keep looking at my phone, like I want to reply this message. Is there anyone that have this habit? If there is, you can type 111 in the chat box. If you don't have, you can type 222. Thank you, everyone. Make me very happy, because not just me, because there's a lot of people like me. So why I ask this question is because after this is the difference after I attend level 1 to 3. Last time I always think multitasking is being effective. So I always like that I am able to multitask. But please don't learn because this is a wrong review. Those that has attended level 6, you will understand, you would know. So I remember when I first learned level 1 to 3, when teacher teach us to do contemplation, I'm not I'm not a person who disciplined in practicing my contemplation. I can't sit for the first 12 minutes and do my contemplation properly. Most of the time, I fall asleep. So how do I break through and make myself able to do contemplation? I realized before I start learning contemplation, although I multitask, but I still feel time is always not enough. Already at one point of time, I tried to complete so many projects, but why I still can't complete them? Then I keep blaming myself, and my mood is always very bad. I cannot understand. But after attending level 1 to 3, we have 620 platform, so I keep following and but of course it's not immediately that I can do all the meditation. What are the contemplation I do? There's only one thing that I do, which is present moment contemplation. Doing the 10 times breathing count. I tell myself because I'm unable to sit down and and focus. So teacher Carine got teaches just now that we have to slowly, step by step, practice our contemplation. So I tell myself I have to start. So now I'll go to work earlier. Why? Because nobody will disturb me. So I will sit at my place and count. So I continuously do it for a week, and I realized that as long as I do this practice, I realized that my work is very efficient and very fast that day. I still multitask, but I definitely can finish my work left office, before I leave the office. So in our Cantonese, we have this phrase called enjoying life. Suddenly, I feel it's very miraculous, but I understand when I start to do this, my focus is much more better. So just like teacher Jenny say, if your focus is very good, you can continue to do your work. So when I do contemplation, without realizing, I planted my time. So at night, I'm able to do the things that I want to do. So third, I become peaceful, calm down, and I have lesser negative emotion. I wouldn't throw my temper at other people. Even no matter how many rude people pass to me, I happily accept. I felt that as long you give me work, meaning you trust in my ability. So I feel very happy, and at the same time I planted the seed to fulfill people's wish. So just because I do a very simple breathing meditation, I can enjoy such a big difference. Now imagine if you are able to practice the contemplation, then how big would the benefit that you will receive? So I leave this for everyone to think about it. So because of time constraint, I can't share more details with you because you still have to learn directly from teacher. So I encourage those that have not attended level 1 to 3, quickly register. Those that has already attended, you have to come back to register as volunteers. Thank you for this opportunity to share. All right, thank you, Ivy, and thank you, teacher Jenny and teacher Carine for sharing. So just now, everyone has heard a lot of level 1 to 3. So what is this? So this is the poster for our level 1 to 3, upcoming level 1 to 3. So what is this level 1 to 3? It's actually level 1 is our oxygen money. Just now, teacher Jenny say something very cool, which is solving problem. So solve what problem? Money problem. So a lot of people will have a lot of situation. So level 1 to 3 is one of the things that we can solve solve the challenges in our daily life. Another one is passion and talent. So which is our so in this level 123, there's also mastering your mind. What did you say? Like also Ivy shared multitasking. It could be that you're doing two, three things, but you'll be doing a lot of things, but you're not paying attention. So how is it being effective? How to be effective and efficient? So master your mind. So the price now is now Sing dollar 1,500 and RM 4,800. Or if you're a revision student, it's Sing dollar 400 and RM 1,280. So the best part is there is 2 times 40 minutes, 1-to-1 session with teacher. This is a very precious. So for those that have a personal problem, this is a time for you to share with teacher, and maybe through this lesson it can be solved. So this is an introduction of our workshop. The next session is a photo session. So if it's convenient, please turn on your video. Right, and if you want your boss to see that you're hardworking, can see your strength and quickly give you bonus, increment, or if you would like to in some party that people can observe you, you can do a 4 steps before you open your video. If it's convenient for you, open your video. Please open your video, turn on your video, and give me your brightest smile. Let me see. I have 2 pages, so please be patient with me. 3, 2, 1, smile. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, one more page. 7, 8, 9. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, we're done, Lisa. Thank you, Ivy, for after we take photo, what's the next activity? Now you want to invite teacher Jenny and teacher Carine to answer your question. So everyone, you can type your questions in the chat box, and teacher will will answer your questions in this. Thank you to our host. Myself and teacher Carine will answer your question. Teacher Carine, do you see any questions in the chat room? Previously, we collected a question I would like to answer first. It sounds like this. This student asked if every day I also put money into the piggy bank, then do I need to donate the money that I put into the piggy bank every day so that I can see the result faster? At the moment, for the past 6 months, I have been doing is collected for a month, then only I donate it out. So the question is, do I need to every day donate out the money that I pay out to that I put in the piggy bank? Will it be faster, or is it okay to follow the current practice, which I collect for a month, then only I donate out? So I said, firstly, we should give you a like that you have practiced for half a year, which is very cool that every day you put money into the piggy bank. So if you are planting money seed, if you do it habitually, then your seed is very big. And also very cool that you have started and very consciously every day to plant this money seed. And now we mentioned is if we put the money every day, is it better or we should donate it out after a month? Actually, both method also can. You can do it every day, or you can put it in your bank, piggy bank, and then donate it after a month. Teacher teacher did encourage us that the money to donate to Diamond Seed Charity, or you can donate directly. So the main point is, before you do the donation, you do 4 steps. If when you're donating, you didn't use the complete 4 steps, doesn't matter whether you give to the organization every day or every month, at the end of the month, is not as strong. If you want to see your money seed to be very big, you have to do a complete 4 step. Let's revise our 4 steps. Before you put the money into piggy bank, think about this. What is your goal? Maybe I want this month to in 3 months to see my income increase by 20%. So who is my partner? And this person, this partner, and I want to give them money every day so that they can have other things to do. Then make the plan and then really give it up. And then every day also happily do coffee celebration. I'm very happy that I'm able to plan out that I really give this money to another person, that they can do the things that they want and they really can increase their income. I'm very happy, and I'll be able to see my income also increase by 20%. So every time when you do it, you have to do it consciously and very happy. And then it will be much more powerful. So if you have attended level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can make it stronger, or you can do our extra powerful coffee meditation. And all this is during our workshop. We will share about it. So thank you for your question. I pass to teacher Jenny.
好，谢谢 Carine 老师，
Thank you, teacher
非常
Carine,
棒的回答哈。那
for
我
a
这边
very
有看到这里
amazing
有第二个问题，他
response.
说最近
There's a
啊，我
second
的室内
question
设
that
计
say,
工程一直出现
recently
问题，不可能
my
发生意
work
外都
always
发
has
生
problem.
了，比如
And
刚装
things
好
that
的
should
东
not
西
have
就还
accident
没
also
做，
have
所以呢每
accident.
次发
Things
生都
that
有
have
人受
already
伤，
been
让我
secured
觉得
also
会
will
对
fail.
顾客
Although
我们
every
客
time it
户的
happened,
信任，
nobody got
让
injured, but
我没法跟木工
cause
一起解决问题时，
customer
我
to
控制不了自己，
confidence on us.
抱怨木工没
So
有好好监督工程，我该怎么
uh,
做，防止
I
同样
can't
的
stop
事情再
myself
发
from
生呢？
blaming my
哇，非常
worker
实际的
that
问题哦。
their
那么
workmanship
我
conflict.
要问这位
So how can I avoid
同
this?
这位
So I
朋
want
友
to ask
哈，
this
你
friend
当你感觉到，因为你升起
that
了对木工的抱怨嘛，对不对？
mm,
你觉得
you
他没
have
有
this
好好
this
监督工程，那么
when you
你
have
是
this
不是觉得他不够负责任？
emotion against
OK， 如果
your
你有这种很强烈的
contractor
感觉，觉得是他不够负
because
责
you
任，
feel that
所
they are
以
not
引起了
responsible
这样
enough,
的问题
that's
的
why it
话，
has such a
那么
that
你就
caused
要
such a
真的
problem.
去看，
Then you have to really
我
go
该
and
你
see
自己该如何种下种
yourself
子，
how you can
种
plant
下
the
更
seed
多负责任的种子。那
to
这个
plant
种子
more
就
responsible
会
seed.
投射
So
在
then
你的
this
环
seed
境里面，让你看
will
到的木工，让你看到的所有跟你一
ripen
起
on
合
your
作的
environment, that
工
you'll be
作
able
伙
to
伴
see
都会更加的负责任。
contractor
那
and people
很
around you are
简
much
单
more
的一个
responsible. There's
负
a
责任
very
的方式
simple
哈，我觉得
method
我自己就时常在练
I
习。在
constantly
我
practice.
自己的家里哦，我的先生哦，他是我们家的
My
部
husband
长。怎么部
in
长
my
呢？
house,
就是他
he-
是就是什么东西哦，我的先生都是非常仔
so
细的。
anything in
特
my
别是水
household,
电
my
啊，
husband
我的
is
先生就
very
会很
detailed,
仔细。
especially
他是一个很
the
细心的
electric
人。
and water bill.
他
He's
是我们
someone
家的部
that
长。
really pay attention to
然后
details.
我呢就比
So
较粗心，
myself,
那有
I'm
的时
more
候呢，
forgetful
我在
and
做
not so
上功
observant.
课哈，
So there's
Carine
one
灯
time
啊，
I'm
我
doing
要
a
开
class
那
and
个
then I want to
房
turn
间
on
的
the
大
light
灯，还
in
要
the
开
room
一个
and I
在我
want to
前
turn
面的
on
这个可以让我看得比较清晰的这个灯哈
the the ring light in front of me so that I look brighter. So after I finished the whole video, I walk out of the room and I might forget to close all the lights. And my husband will say, "Hey, why didn't you turn off the lights? You're wasting electricity. You do big things, small things also you need to do, right?" So in our daily life, we have to very observant of ourselves because in your family, maybe in your family, there's someone that feel being responsible is even small things also have to do, not just big things. Small things like saving water, saving electricity, it's also important. So you can start by doing at home. Be a responsible at home. So after you've done the video, the class, you have to turn off the fan, the lights. So my husband is the financial officer. This is how you can plant the seed, responsible seed, and dedicate it to your contractor so that they would pay attention to all these small details and they would pay full attention and responsibility. Then you'll be able to see uh, colleagues that are responsible. Hopefully, this answer your question. Thank you. Let's see if there's any more questions. There's a question here. It says, any project teacher that any project from Kishin Michael that can help to speed up us to see the result. So I actually see that there's two questions here. The first one is whether Kishin Michael has any project that help to that able to plan out for a fulfill wish. And then another one is how to speed it up. So I feel this friend wants to plan speed to have a harmonious family and in a fast time. So to this goal is actually quite big. So why is your family not harmonious? So next time when you raise your question, maybe you can explain in more details. Then we can share better. So if you just want like everyone to you want a family to always can always stay together, a life where everyone lives harmoniously, then you can plant seed to gather people together. So let me talk about this seed, then I'll pass to teacher Jenny to share about Kishi Michael's project, which one. So what is gathering people seed? So you want to see your family can gather gather around more, then you can plant seed of bringing people together. Like for example, you can always in your company organize uh, gatherings so that everyone can improve relationship among each other. Or maybe we know um, another thing that I thought of is maybe some people are busy and then have become distant due to work, then we can create gathering, pull everyone together so that we can gather and discuss about everyone each other's life and pull a relationship closer. So sometimes once in a long while when we eat seafood with the friends that we have not met for a long time, the feeling is very happy and makes us feel closer to each other. So this is the seed that we can plant. So if we see in our family, uh, we can if our siblings are staying at different place, maybe we can organize once a month family gathering. So let me do these 4 steps and organize this so that I can consciously bring everyone together and then I dedicate it to my household that I can see everyone's harmonious. So I pass over to teacher Jenny that she can add on. Very good. Thank you to this friend that raised this comment. I feel in family being harmonious together is like what they say. We want to have more details so that it's easier for you to plan. For example, previously have a student that asked me, she said she wants to go home to visit her parents. But boss doesn't want to allow her to go back to see her own parents. Wants her to stay at the in-laws house. But she missed her mom very much and she wants to go home and see her mom. But her in-laws doesn't want to allow her to go back. She feels very tough. She asked me, teacher, how can I do what? How can I how can I make my in-laws become willing to let me come go home to visit my parents? Because my mom's health is not so good. I also want to go back and visit her. So I tell her to go and help other people to also fulfill their wish. That time we have a student that her mom, it was her mom's birthday. Then she wants to give surprise to the mom. So they both also in this system. So I tell this girl that asked me this question, I said, go and help to make her mom believe. You can help her to fulfill her wish and dedicate this seat to yourself that you can also have your wish come true that you can see your mom and so your mom will be happy. And she really go and do it and also dedicate this seat to her in-laws and so that her in-laws also will let her wish come true. After she plant this seed, she helped this young man to organize a birthday party to his mom. So that his mom is very surprised and very happy. And not long ago, she saw that her in-laws allow her to go home to visit her parents and she can reunite her. So it's very important what you want, you have to give to others first. So if you can do this, then you can see the things that you want, you also can achieve. So we also have some projects locally. For example, in Penang, we support orphanage homes and support trauma home. There's a lot of children because they are able to live in this orphanage house and they have a very good education, has a very good care. Um, we pay salary to people that take care of them. So if you want to see this, for example, if you want to see these people that doesn't have family to go back to, then you can see that they have people take care of them, kakak take care of them, and all their daily life is being fulfilled. Then let them to have this happiness. And if you want this type of happiness, then you help this kid to have this type of happiness, and you will be able to get this happiness as well. Micro project, of course, when we have more time, we will share about it. Because there's quite a lot of that definitely unable to share in this short period of time. So next time we can share more of making micro project. Pass the time back to Nancy. Thank you to Teacher Karine for answering the questions with me.
好的，谢谢 Jenny 老
Alright.
师和
Thank
Karine
you,
老师
Teacher
精彩
Jenny
的
and Teacher
解
Karine
回答。那
for
现在
your
如果说
amazing
有
answers.
同
So
学就
now
想继续
if
参
everyone
加
would
未
like
来
to
的一些课程
continue
的分
our
享啊，甚至是分享
future
会，大家可
workshop
以
or
用手
classes,
机或者是
you can use
电
your
脑
phone
扫码。我们
and
是
scan
有
this code.
新马呢是有 WhatsApp 群，那可能大
So
家
we
是可以
have
用微信
a
里面
WhatsApp
可以
group
来成
or